You remember Rachel, the one allegedly in the middle of the Solange elevator beatdown. You know who Rachel is. Well, you didn't know this part.
Forget what y'all heard. Rachel Roy really came out on top in the end. Despite all the drama that followed her after the whole Becky with the good hair saga, Rachel managed to secure everything she wanted. Her fashion line is still alive, and her influence hasn't gone anywhere. From the moment she got with Dame Dash, Rachel knew exactly what she was doing. She convinced him to invest in her brand, built her fashion empire, and then walked away once his money troubles started. People have been calling her out for years for allegedly using him, but that never stopped her from chasing what she wanted at one point. Rachel's brand was crumbling. She was losing money, status, and her luxury lifestyle. But instead of going down with it, she made a move. She went looking for another millionaire who could give her the same access, resources, and power Dame Dash once did. And according to the rumors, that man just happened to be Jay-Z. Rachel has always said she simply did what any woman in her position would have done. But let's be real, her story is one wild ride. The world first started paying attention to Rachel Roy when she went public with Dame Dash. Before him, she'd already been on the baller route. She was married to former NBA player Yanni Kaderis before his death in 2004. That same year, she tied the knot with Dame, and they stayed together for about 4 years before splitting in 2009. But even before their marriage and divorce, their whole relationship was a roller coaster. Word on the street is that Rachel had her sights set on Dame long before they made it official. Back in the Rockefeller days, when Jay-Z and Dame were still close, they were known for hanging out with the same women, and rumor has it, Rachel was one of them. But once Dame fell for Aaliyah, everything changed. He was completely devoted to her, and whatever he had going with Rachel was cut off immediately. After Aaliyah's tragic passing, Rachel was reportedly waiting in the wings, and when Dame needed comfort, she was right there. They eventually got married, and everyone had something to say about it. People didn't see much chemistry between them, and many questioned what Rachel saw in him. But soon it became clear she wasn't in it for love. Rachel had been working as a fashion intern, grinding for years with no real break. Dame gave her access to the people, resources, and visibility she needed to finally launch her own line. Once she had that, Rachel's career took off. Her designs were everywhere, worn by Michelle Obama, Oprah, Kate Hudson, Kim Kardashian, and more. She became one of the most recognized names in the industry, and much of that success traced back to the connections Dame helped her make. But while Rachel's career was on the rise, Dame's empire started to crumble. He went from living large, with penthouses, mansions, and luxury cars, to struggling under massive debts. He claims he lost everything because he kept reinvesting in his dreams, but people close to him say reckless spending and failed ventures were what truly brought him down. And when the money dried up, Rachel was already gone.
I would love to do the things Dame did. Fly private for 5 years straight, buy 2 mansions in London. You got a mansion in London just for your niggas, and then a personal mansion in London for something else, or renting them or whatever. You just got mansions in London. We're not even from London. We just going to fucking London, hanging out, not sitting out, putting on my artists, or really, more Jim and Jewels, but we was all Dipset, SAS. Just out in London spending money. I would love to have 2 lofts in Tribeca right around the corner for each other. $20,000 for this loft, $20,000 for that loft around the corner. So you got $40,000 a month.
Rachel didn't seem too pressed about Dame's downfall, not one bit. Instead of sticking around, she added to his mountain of problems by filing for divorce. And get this, she didn't even ask for spousal support. Why would she? Dame was flat broke and dragging her down while she was still doing fine on her own. Her brand was thriving, and she didn't see any reason to take him along for the ride. So she walked away, clean and quiet, without looking back, but things didn't stay smooth for long. Rachel's fashion line soon hit a wall, and that's when she started searching for a little backup again. Around 2013, reports came out that the Jones Group, the company that owned the majority of her brand, had lost millions investing in her line. They planned to sell off her trademarks for $15 million just to recover the losses. Rachel wasn't having that. She took them to court to block the sale and ended up settling out of court. But even after that win, she had another huge problem. She couldn't afford to buy her business back. She needed serious financial help, and fast. And according to rumors, the person who allegedly stepped in to help her, or at least gave her the kind of support she was looking for, was none other than Jay-Z. Yep, the same Jay-Z she was reportedly close to before she ever made her big break in fashion. And this, y'all, is where things got messy. Rumors about Jay-Z cheating on Beyoncé had been swirling since around 2013, and the infamous elevator incident with Solange only poured fuel on that fire. By the time Beyoncé dropped Lemonade in 2016, fans were convinced Jay-Z had stepped out on her with the mysterious Becky with the good hair. Naturally, the internet went into detective mode, trying to figure out who Becky was. That's when Rachel decided to post a selfie with the caption, "Good hair, don't care, but we'll take good lighting for selfies or self-truths anyway." And baby, that was all it took. The internet exploded. Fans swarmed her comments with the emojis, calling her out for allegedly shading Beyoncé. People even edited her Wikipedia page. But here's the twist. None of it seemed to faze her. Even with all that chaos, Rachel came out untouched. Her brand bounced back, she stayed booked and relevant, and her name eventually faded out of the whole scandal. When people talk about Jay-Z cheating now, Rachel's name barely even comes up. So in the end, for Rachel Roy, a win is a win. She kept her business, rebuilt her reputation, and walked away without real consequences. And as messy as it all was, fans can't deny one thing. If that drama hadn't happened, we might never have gotten Beyoncé's Lemonade, one of the best albums ever made. But what do you think? Was Rachel really the woman Jay-Z stepped out with? Or was she just caught in the crossfire? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.